Hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about four ways business insurance can help you if you're ever sued. So, uh, looking forward to talking about insurance. Sort of as a disclaimer, I do not sell insurance. I have no reason to tell you to buy insurance other than the things that we're going to talk about today, and unique to your specific instances or your specific cases. So I would recommend seeing a business insurance specialist, broker, carrier to buy it. I don't have any recommendations as to who you should buy because each person is going to have a unique situation that only the insurance company or the broker or carrier could recommend. So I just wanted to disclaim that from the beginning so that you didn't think I was affiliated with anybody, because I'm not. First and foremost, if you're new here, my name is Taylor Darcy, where I help you intentionally create the business of your dreams. So, welcome. I go live every weekday at 11 a.m. to answer questions, to help people with their legal questions, and to help them build a business. So, you've been sued. Now what? You've been paying for insurance for years, and now that you finally need them, where are they? Well, the first thing you can do is tender the claim to your insurance company. They need to know about it. They need to be aware that you have been sued. Now, preferably, if you receive a demand letter and you have errors and omissions insurance or other types of insurance that are available, the best time to tender it to your defense is, or tender it to the insurance company, is at the demand stage so that they could resolve it, hopefully before it becomes a lawsuit, and settle it accordingly. And so that's one thing that you need to remember, is that not involving your insurance carrier can hurt you in the long run, depending on the insurance and depending on the scenario. So how it works is, once you tender your claim to the insurance carrier then comes and defends you. So they typically have a law firm on retainer that handles insurance defense, and their whole job is to defend your insurance claim. And that means that you don't have to worry about hiring your own attorney. That can be very expensive. Now, caveat here is that if you want them to defend it, you risk rather than settling, because that's typically the best option. If you want them to defend it, then it may cause your insurance premiums to go up, because once you've had a claim, you're a higher risk. You're more likely to receive. They may cancel your policy or increase your premiums because of that. So you have to weigh that benefit or that risk with that, so that don't mistake that there'll be no consequences from the insurance company. So typically, though, the good news is that if you tender your claim to the insurance company, you'll have saved money because you will not be paying for the insurance. The insurance defense attorneys will do it for less expensive because the insurance company sends them lots of business, and it'll be less expensive than if you try to defend it yourself. So that's one of it can help with the insurance. And it's also about prepaying, right? It's always cheaper to prepay for something than it is to spend more money on it through defending. And so by purchasing insurance, you've essentially prepaid for the benefit of not having to spend money at the post thing. Now, some insurance carriers are better than others, and so not all of them are created equal. Some of them will drop you like a bad habit, and then others will do their due diligence and make sure that you're well covered. The next benefit or way that business insurance helps you with the lawsuit is it solves a lot of the stress that goes with suing. It's not a simple if it's not a simple something, you want to make sure that they're better equipped with the insurance defense attorneys than typically most private insurance or private attorneys are. And that's just because they see the same claims over and over again, and so they can they know the caveats, the details of each claim more specific, because each insurance company has specific things that they insure for. And so those insurance defense attorneys will have an insight into those legal things that a general practice attorney may or may not have. And so you may deal with less stress. And they take it on themselves. And the insurance company will evaluate the benefit of settling versus the benefit of defending. And sometimes if it's less expensive to defend, they'll continue. If it's less expensive to settle, then they'll settle. So those are the four reasons why, or four ways that business insurance can help you. It can save you time, save you money, save you stress. And so you want to balance that with the premium. How much is it going to cost you to maintain business insurance? And the reality is that it's going to more likely than not save you money. Now, it isn't all roses with insurance companies. There are a lot of downsides, or at least two big downsides, I should say, to having business insurance. Number one, if the insurance company decides that they don't want to defend your claim for whatever, they can refuse to defend it, and then you're stuck with the bill and you've paid insurance. That's number one. And then number two is if the lawsuit is for more than the cost of your policy. So your policy limits are, say, $100,000 and the lawsuit's for $200,000. Well, the insurance company can then pay out the $100,000, but then you might still be on the hook for the other $100,000. And so that's where you run that risk, and that's why it's not a catch-all, beat-all. And that brings me to my last point. You want to make sure that when you're discussing protection, lawsuit avoidance, that you're creating layers of protection. Don't think about it as that one is a solid answer to everything. For instance, I would never tell you to just have business insurance. I would tell you that you need multiple layers, such as a business entity, business insurance, good contracts, all of these different things to protect you in the case of someone suing you or something bad happening. Someone trips and falls at your business at your business address. Defending that slip and fall accident could put you out of business. And so by having, for instance, contracts and having business insurance and having a proper entity, you're preserving your assets, you're preserving your business, and you're really giving yourself a lot of opportunity for success. And one of the things that I see commonly is most small businesses don't try to grow or build their business intentionally. They just kind of see what happens and hope for the best. And that can end up hurting you drastically in the long run because you don't know what's going to happen. And it can put you out of business, or they could start suing you and get attached to your house if you're not careful. So those are all of the factors that go with business insurance. Is you want to have multiple layers. I always call it, talk about the onion, right? You want to have multiple layers like an onion. Because you don't want to risk that one of them will fail and it will end up hurting you or your family or your business or something of that nature. Because if the insurance company declines to defend you, now what? Now your home is at risk to be what's called attached. If you get a judgment against you, or worse, you have to, or not worse, but I should say, but you may have to spend money out of pocket to defend your lawsuit, or if you settle it, how much will it cost to settle it for? So those are all answers to think about. please, if you've gotten value out of this video, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell up so that you're always notified of when I go live. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.